Welcome to another edition of Add-on Spotlight by me, Miss Bizz. Today I'm going to be showing you an add-on that I have been using recently. I actually just got it and I love it. I don't think I'll ever take it off. DarkUI. So what DarkUI does is it changes the look of your UI, and it does have a couple different settings. As you can see around all my skills, the border is much cleaner. There's a little more transparency to everything, and I just feel like everything looks a lot cleaner and I can read it better. So if this look on the UI actually interests you, you might want to watch the rest of this video. So right now we are looking at the dark version of DarkUI. There actually is a couple different options, such as turning the UI a little bit lighter and brighter if that's what you prefer. You'll notice that pretty much all elements of the UI are touched. You can see my chat box is cleaner, my main window is cleaner, and if I can find something to mouse over here, there we go. Even my target bars are a little bit different, as well as my compass. Everything just has a cleaner look to it. So what other options are there with DarkUI? So if we head into our settings for DarkUI, you'll see there is a color theme of dark or light, glossy bars, darker attribute bars, low transparency backgrounds, a whole bunch of options. The biggest difference is actually the light option, so I'm going to show you that first. Something to make note about DarkUI is because it encompasses so many new textures that a reload UI doesn't always work, and you may need to actually switch it and then restart the game. Here you can see the light version of DarkUI. As you can tell, it is still a little bit dark, but you do have brighter bars all throughout. All your targets, your compass, all your attribute bars, all those are wrapped around in light outlines rather than dark. So if this is more your style, you'll want to use the light version of DarkUI. Here we are back onto the dark theme, because the dark theme is what I prefer, but I have turned on glossy bars and low transparency backgrounds. So as you can see, even this background has less transparency, so it is much darker. That goes for all the different windows that DarkUI touches, which is pretty much all of them. You'll also see that our resource bars are glossy. This is the glossy bar setting. It looks a lot more like the stock bars. It also does the enemy resource bar. So if that's the look you're going for, here you go. This definitely looks less flat if that's what you prefer. The next settings we are looking at on DarkUI are darker attribute bars, and I turned off use DarkUI icons. So as you can see, my attribute bars are definitely much darker, as well as your target bar. The other thing is that we are no longer using DarkUI icons. We are now using the ones that come from the stock game. So it's up to you which you prefer. These definitely don't have as clean of a look to match the rest of the UI, in my opinion. Now we're going to change a couple more settings. First, I'm going to take your attention to the quick slot wheel and how it is blue as I go around. Also, take a look at how the compass looks. In your DarkUI settings, you can actually change the color of your quick slot, and you can change how your compass looks a little bit. Remember how I said to pay attention to the compass? Now you will see that it actually has pointy ends instead of just flat ends like the original DarkUI. As well, you'll notice when I go to use my quick slot wheel, it's no longer blue, but it's actually dark. I'm not going to show you the light version, but I'm sure you can imagine what it looks like. One of the last options is actually the hide group frame background, and that's just because I'm not going to be showing you the gamepad settings because it's pretty self-explanatory. This add-on does work with the gamepad UI, and you can change the PS4 or Xbox buttons to actually grayscale ones if you choose. But we're going to focus on the hide group frame background. As you can see, I'm in a group, and there's a little bit of a background behind each person in the group. So I'm going to turn that off now. Now you can see that there is no background on the group bars. That is what that last option does. So this is the end of my DarkUI add-on spotlight. I hope you enjoy the DarkUI add-on just as much as I do, and that now you have a much cleaner UI to look at, if that's your style. Thanks for joining me. I'm Miss Bizz, and I'll be back soon with another add-on spotlight for you next week. Bye for now.